Hey, 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 hey there. Hey, Facebook fam. Hi, my beautiful queens and kings. This is your one and only Queen Dish here. So it is the night for my beautiful queens. We did the fellas last week. So it is the week for my queens, for the ladies, the beautiful women who run this world. Hey, Auntie. Hey, Auntie. Yes, it is the night for my queens. So we are going to do our Queendom tip. I'm going to try my best to keep it in like 30 minutes. I'm going to try. Um, that was my intention from day one, but it seemed like it would go like an hour. So I'm going to try. But hi, my beautiful queens. I love you. I love you. I love you. Happy Tuesday. It is the night for you all. Time to do the Queendom tip as usual. So what I do is I alternate between doing the Queendom tip for the women and doing the Kingness tip for the men. So I alternate weeks, and I post the videos also on my YouTube page, my YouTube channel as well. Okay, so I am, for those of you who may not know, I am the author of Naturally. Oh, it looks like, did my video go out? Okay. It looks like it froze. It's not even raining yet, so I don't know why it would be doing that. The weather's a little, looks like it's gonna rain, but I don't know why my video would be pausing. But anyway, yes, so for those of you that may not know the Queen, I am the author, naturally, of Queens Don't Settle, a book of poems to empower women. Let's see here. That is this book right here, okay? All right, that's from my beautiful queens, okay? I'm also the author of No More Broken Records, 5 Tips to Change Your Tune and Transform Your Life, also available on Amazon. However, this one is under Dish. This one, let's see, is under Dish, but it's No More Broken Records, 5 Tips to Change Your Tune and Transform Your Life. And lastly, of course, the one for my kings as well, the gentlemen, Kings Don't Settle, which is also under Dish. Kings Don't Settle, a book of poems to empower men. Okay, but again, this is the night for my ladies, so we are going to be discussing your Queendom tip. Again, this is your book, and your book is under Radesha. Okay, the full name. You guys get the full name, but the other 2 books are under Dish. Okay, but all of them are on Amazon. All right. So my beautiful, wonderful queens of the world, the most beautiful creatures on earth, the women who run the world, my queens, like myself. And I told you guys last time on the, I guess 2 weeks ago now, I would not forget to wear the crown. So I made sure that I was prepared this time. I have the crown on because, if you guys remember who were watching last time, we had a little problem with, getting the crown to stay on. And I was like, forget it. But this time I made sure, because it came to me to wear the crown when I do the queendom tips for my queens. I remember this time. So see, I'm here, got the crown on for you guys. Yeah. And interestingly enough, I'm supposed to be competing in another pageant. So we'll be switching out the crown soon for a new one. But anyway, to my beautiful queens, I love you. You guys know I love you, my heart space. So today we are going to do the tip based on, well, what I do, it's based on the reflection. So I don't read the poem for you all, queens. I don't read the poem for you, but I talk about the reflection. My poetry books are reflective, okay? They are reflective. And so I do a queendom reflection, and that's what I talk about. I don't read the poem, but the reflection is based on the poem called Friends. The poem called Friends. And interestingly enough, I posted today a quote about It says breaking news, something like you want to hang out with people that fit your future, not your history, right? So interesting. I guess it's no coincidence that this is, the tip that I'm doing for you all, right? So this again is based on the Queendom tip for tonight is based on the poem called Friends, okay? So based on the Queendom reflection, okay, I talk about the fact that there's a law of association, okay? There's a law of association, and it says that you are the sum of the 5 closest people that you hang around, right? So basically, I tell you that, it's time to probably do some inventory, take some inventory of your circle. And you want to consider and really be honest with yourself, Queens. You want to be honest with yourself about whether or not the people in your circle or who you're hanging around really are in your corner. Like, are they really, is that my hair? Yeah, whatever. Are they really in your corner? Do the people you're hanging around, Queens, do they even have any goals that they're working towards? Do they have that? Are they helping you to move closer to your goals or move away from them? Are they helping you to move closer to God or away from God? Are they helping you move forward or backward or stay stagnant? And yes, that goes for friends, not just relationships as far as your partner, but the people in your life too. Okay? Because that love association is real. And if you hang around 5 broke people, chances are you're going to be the 6th broke one, right? You hang around 5 millionaires, you're probably going to become one too. I mean, so either way that you look at it, Queens, you are who you hang around. I mean, love is truth. Love is truth. And you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to love yourself enough to make the necessary changes in your life. And you've got to look at your friends. You've got to look at your circle. You've got to really consider that, because it has an effect on you. I mean, energetically, the energies are real. And if you're around a lot of negative people all the time, come on. You don't think you're going to pick that up? Yes, you're going to pick some of that stuff up. And conversely, if you're around positive people, you're likely going to pick up the positive. But you are who you hang around. Seriously, you are who you hang around. And I remember I had a woman who told me, and she actually inspired me to write a poem about friends, because she told me about a situation with a longtime friend of hers. I think they went on a trip they went on a trip somewhere. And I guess when they got to the destination or the event, whatever, she said her friend ditched her. Her friend totally abandoned her, totally ditched her, left her there. And I can't remember if she left her to where she ditched her completely and left her with the bill to pay, or if it was that she ditched her. But the point was, I absolutely remember that she said, like, she ditched her, she abandoned her. And she was so shocked, like, how long we've been friends? I just wasn't expecting that. And, what kind of friend would do that? What kind of person would do that? And she was like, you should write a poem about friends. And, this book is actually, let's see, let's do this. Let's do that. Nope, did I take it out? There you go. Here's the book. And this is actually the 2nd edition. I took down the first one because this one I really is the one that I want you guys to get. But yes, this is the 2nd edition. And I added that poem in that book because naturally I didn't have it in the first one. But when she told me that, I was compelled to make sure that I added that poem. And I added some stuff naturally, and that's why I re-released it as a 2nd edition, because I added that. And I made sure to put that poem in there because I was kind of surprised. I mean, I guess nowadays, I mean, my God, the way people are flakes, to be honest, like the way people are so freaking flaky, it seems like they're just, I don't know, we just live in a different time. But, I was still kind of surprised. I was, I can't lie. Like, I'm one of those people, I believe in like the goodness of people, and I try my best, right? Not, you don't want to be naive. I'm not saying that, but, really believe in people and the goodness of people. And, when you hear stuff like that, it's like, what? Why would that person do that? Why would she do that? Especially if you've been friends for so long. Why would you do that to her? And I could tell that she was hurt by that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're talking about the poem. For those of you that just joined, hey, 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 thank you, and welcome. I'm talking about the poem called Friends, because you are who you hang around. And some of you queens, I understand you've been homegirls since maybe high school. Maybe you've been homegirls since college. But that alone is not enough. Like that's great and that's wonderful. But the reality of the situation is depending on what your goals are, queens, depending on what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to do, okay? Whatever your vision is, God's vision, but your vision for your life, queens, you're going to have to surround yourself with other women, but even other men. I'm not just saying it has to be other women, but you have to surround yourself with other people that fit your future, that fit who you're becoming, that fit the vision of or version of yourself that you see yourself becoming. You thinking about who you were in high school, you're a totally different person. I mean, 15 years ago, we're just going to say, most of us are at least in our 30s. You're talking about 15 15 years ago. I mean, you're probably a completely different person. And for you to just hold on, you're holding on to the fact that, you knew her or him, because it could be some of your guy friends too. You're holding on to the fact that, well, I knew them since high school. So you're looking at the time. But realistically, queens, if you're looking at the relationship and you're looking at who you are, who you're becoming, who you have an intention of becoming, who you see yourself becoming, and the things that you plan to do in this world, okay, you guys may not be in alignment. You may very well and likely are not in alignment anymore. That was 15 years ago. I mean, heck, it might be 10 years ago. I mean, if you're talking about college even, and you're just not on the same, you're not on the same wavelength, okay? And that's okay, queens. Like, I know as women, we're just conditioned to like settle, and we're conditioned to be so nurturing and to be um gosh, it's almost just like, I don't want to say over nurturing, but it's who we are per se. But sometimes we take it to an extreme, and I just think it's how we're conditioned. It's how we're conditioned, and we're conditioned to put everyone before ourselves, and we put ourselves last. And I'm trying to help us break that. I'm queens don't settle, and no more broken records. Like, I'm trying to do my part in what God has called me to do, to help my queens, and the men now too, of course, but to help us queens break the cycles, break the generational cycles, break the generational curses, and completely eradicate that. Like, we deserve to put ourselves first. We deserve to have people around us that do uplift us and that want us to succeed. People that are not going to hold us back, people that we don't have to shrink or minimize around, people who make us feel good, people that make us feel good. And that's why I said it's not just relationships, ladies. I'm just talking about your friends, your people. Like, I'm not even talking about relationship right now, because I have a whole poem just based on relationships. So I'm just talking about friends, friends, because you really are who you hang around, ladies. And I do talk about that in the No More Broken Records book, the chapter 4 on cleaning house. Okay, I talk about the importance of cleaning house, and part of cleaning house has to do with spring cleaning. But what I'm also referencing and talking about is spring cleaning as far as here, inside, here, mindset, mindset queens, mindset, heart space, like the internal cleaning out, because everything is inside out, okay? It's inside, so it's like inside out. That's how everything is. Our outer world, like all this stuff out here, is a reflection of what's going on with us in here, okay? And so you're talking about, you know, cleaning out and cleaning house. I absolutely, in the other book, I talk about your friends and I say the same thing, that there's a law of association. You are who you hang around. And if you constantly hang around negative people, people that are cynical and skeptical, they're naysayers, you tell them what you're trying to do, you tell them your goals and dreams, and they're basically kicking you down and kicking you in the dirt and kicking your dreams and your goals down. And, they're just negative. And it's really just because of their belief system. It's nothing personal against you. It's just they don't have the consciousness. They don't have the awareness. Hey, Chandra. They don't, and yes, honey, thank you. They don't have the consciousness or the awareness to think bigger or to do something different. So if you come along, even with your good heart and soul and beautiful queen that you are, you come along talking about you're trying to change the world, or you want to actually fulfill your purpose, you want to do something that they're not even conscious of, then it's I hate to say it, but it's like, yeah, it's natural. They're likely going to shoot it down, because they don't even have the awareness of what's possible for them. They don't have the consciousness. They don't have a mindset that's open to something different or doing something different. So you now coming with all these wonderful goals and ideas, all these different things, that's like, oh, whoa, and who is she, who does she think she is, and what is she talking about? Because they're not used to that. They're not used to that, but that's not your problem, queens. Like, you have to go for it. Like, you have to do what God has called you to do. You have to be your full authentic self. You should be your full authentic self, because that's what this world needs. We don't need a watered down version of you. We don't need you to stay in a box. We don't need you in a box. We don't need you watered down. We need you to be bigger, your full light. We need all of you as you are, not an imitation, not a watered down version, you as you are. The people that God has assigned to you, who are already assigned to you, they need you as you. And so if there are people that don't fit who you are becoming, okay, they don't fit how you see yourself, okay, then really they just can't be a part of your future. I'm trying to be nice here. I'm trying to be diplomatic, okay? I'm trying to be diplomatic, okay, because this is a Facebook Live and I posted on my YouTube, but I'm still real and authentic. They're honey, I'm just being honest, okay? It's just not going to work out. Okay, it's damn sure ain't gonna work out in a relationship. But again, I'm just talking about, excuse my language, I'm just talking about friends right now. I'm just talking about friends. I'm not even getting on the relationship part, because yes, honey, it's not gonna work. If two people are not on the same wavelength, it's not going to work. Okay, I'm telling you, save yourself the trouble, ladies. Oh my gosh, save yourself the headache. Please do not. Let me just say it. Do not try to change him. Oh my gosh, if he's just not on your level, ladies, it's okay. Stop trying to change him. Stop trying to be his mother. Gosh, oh my God, stop trying to change him. If he's just not it, if he's just not the one, he's just not the one. Stop trying to force him to fit the mold of the one. Stop trying to force him to be someone he's not. Stop trying to force him to be someone he can't see himself becoming, or he's not willing to change to become. Okay, he has to want that for himself. It's not your role to force him to do something he doesn't want to do, or to become, someone he doesn't want to become. You may see greatness in him, but if he can't see it in himself and he doesn't want to, there's nothing you can do, and you can't force him to want that. And you should not try to waste your time and energy on trying to force that out of him. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, no, we honey, you're going to drain your energy. Okay, you do not do that, queens. Just get with someone that's on your level. How about that? Just get with someone that's right for you. Okay, when it's right, it's easy. It's not all this like hard stuff when it's right. Oh my gosh, it's not. It's not, queens. It's not. It's not. I've been engaged before, and trust me, when it's right, it's easy. I will say that. When it's right, it's easy, and it's not all this extra. And I guess I'm speaking from my experience, but you will hear other relationship experts and other spiritual teachers talk about that. Like, it's love itself is easy. Like, there's not all this and fighting. Like, I know there's this idea, and I've heard this um, about struggle love. Like, no, no, no. Like, love is not supposed to be a struggle. Like, maybe he's just not right for you. How about that? And you deserve love, and you deserve the right man, the right king, and that's why I'm also doing what God told me to do in regards to the men, to help them awaken, hopefully, the king inside of them. Hello, hello, okay? Because both my queens and my kings, that way, don't settle, okay? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so anyway, I just had to get that out. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Whew. Yes, that's a whole different topic. But yes, with your friends, ladies, my beautiful ladies, no, it's the same thing. Okay, if your friends, are just not, it's just not on the same wavelength anymore, ladies. It's okay. It doesn't suck. Yes, I ain't gonna lie. Does it suck? Yes. But you know what? You deserve that. You deserve better. Like, you deserve to have people around you that encourage you and uplift you and empower you and want you to succeed and have your best interest at heart, ladies. You do. I write down daily, like, how I want my day to go. But what I also do sometimes is I write out, like, the type of people that I want to be around. I write out, for example, like, I'm surrounded by winners, or like, I'm surrounded by great leadership. Because your thoughts become your words, and your words become your actions. So you have to be careful what you're speaking. But there's also power in what you write, power in the things that you write down. Okay. And that's why you want to write things down, because there's power in writing stuff out with your own handwriting. And so I tend to write now, based on who I see myself becoming, who I am and who I see myself becoming. I'm going to have to be around there, people operating pretty much at a higher level. And so I write that out now in, like, my journal, one of the journals. I write it out, who I want to be around. And I just affirm it. I don't say anything like, I don't want to be around people that aren't into personal growth. No, I simply only write out the affirmation. Like, everything should be written out positively. So you don't say what you don't want, you just write what you do want. And so I just write out, I am surrounded by winners. I have like the perfect women besties. Like, I write stuff like that out. Like, it's all positive. There's no no's in there, there's no knots in there, nothing. Everything is positive, right? Positively charged. But I write that out. And so I would suggest, if that's something maybe that you guys don't do, that maybe you think about doing, even if you don't remember to, like, do it every day. Just maybe try that. I'm so serious. Maybe try that, queens. Like, try to start writing out the type of people that you want to be around, the type of friends that you want to have, because I kid you not, when you do that, stuff is going to shift, ladies. It's like anything else in your life. You start affirming things, you start really thinking things over and over and affirming things and um, writing them down. Oh, honey, stuff is going to shift. It's going to shift, but if you really, if you're serious about whatever your goals and dreams may be, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, if you're really serious about it, I don't care if, even if it's just like weight loss, for example, like even if you're trying to lose weight, okay, something as simple as that, right? So, hey Erica, hey Queen Erica, even if you're trying to do something as simple as losing weight, right? You're going to need to be around people that can help you stay motivated, per se, that can help you to eat right and eat the right foods. You want to be in an environment that speaks to that. So going to the gym and everything, like, you have to be around the right people, even for something like that, to have the right support, to support the fact that you're trying to lose weight, as an example. You know what I'm saying? So like, it doesn't matter what it is, you depending on whatever your goal is, ladies, okay, you have to have the right people around you. And it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. We're so worried as ladies. We're so worried about hurting people's feelings. We don't want anyone to feel bad, because that's just how we are and that's how we're programmed, But queens, like, you're not a bad person for making a change in your life that really speaks to you having a high level of self-respect, high level of self-worth. Really, it speaks to knowing yourself and knowing that you are worthy and deserving of the best. When you make a decision to only hang around certain people, or people that will fit your future, or people that speak to who you are becoming, that's really an act of self-love. There's nothing selfish about that. Like, that's not selfish, that's not bad, that doesn't make you a bad person, it doesn't make you a bad Christian. Like, that actually really speaks to your love of yourself, you having self-love. And that's what you should be doing, queens. Like, no, don't feel guilty for that. Don't feel guilty for that. Like, if your friends are not supportive, like, I don't know why they would necessarily be surprised that you wouldn't want to be around them, right? I mean, think about, like, I'm gonna say, like, the making of Oprah, or the making of Beyonce, or the making of, let me see, who else? The making of, let's see, Viola Davis, the making of J Lo. Think about these people who are really successful, right? The making of Barbara Corcoran, right? Successful people, the making of Ian Levanzant, the making of these people, the making of Chanel Cooper Sykes. Like, I guarantee you, who they were, and as they kept going to each level and rising higher and higher and higher, there's no way that those women would be where they're at if they allowed themselves to be dictated, or they allowed the opinions of other people, or they remained around their girlfriends or their homegirls that clearly weren't in alignment with them and what they were trying to do. There's no way they would have gotten there, because they all speak about this stuff that I'm talking about. Who you hang around and all that stuff, they talk about this stuff. There's no way. There's no way. And ladies, I'm going to say it again. It does not make you a bad person. I know how we are conditioned. It doesn't make you a bad Christian or a bad person if you decide to put yourself first. And how that manifests is you making a decision to only be around people that love and support you, and they fit your future. They fit your future. They're not a part of your past. I'm not saying to not honor your past in the sense like to act like you don't know them. Of course not. But high school, college, I mean, we've all grown. We've all grown. And you're supposed to always be growing and moving forward. And those people have the opportunity to grow with you. And if they make a decision, if those people, hey, Trisha, if they make a decision not to grow, that's their decision. But that should not alter you in any way, shape, or form. That should not alter you moving forward in your life. They have the opportunity like everyone else. They can move forward with you. But if they don't, because they may have a different belief system, they may be afraid, they may live completely in fear, if they make that decision, that's on them. But everyone has the ability and the opportunity to move forward, just like you are. Okay, so you don't have to feel bad. You shouldn't feel bad because people didn't decide to grow, and you did. Like, I don't want you queens to feel guilty, because we do. I just know we always revert back to like this, oh my gosh, I don't want her to feel this way. Or even if it's a guy friend, I don't want him to feel that way, and I don't want them to think that I've changed and I'm still the same person, and all this energy you're putting in the wrong thing. Like, that's not what you should be worried about. They have the ability to move forward in their lives. They have the ability to make a different decision, just like you are, or just like you have. Everybody has the ability to do that. And if they choose not to do that, that is on them. That is not for you, queen. My beautiful ladies, it is not for you to feel guilty about, okay? You do not need to feel guilty about that. Everybody was put on this earth for a reason. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has special, we don't even have to say special. Everybody has unique gifts and talents. Everybody is a special, unique human being, beautiful and authentic and perfectly imperfect as they are, male or female, okay? But everybody, it's very true. Yes, it's so true. Everybody is not going to put in the work. Everybody is not going to rise up and be who God really always ordained and destined them to be. They're just not going to do it. Some people are going to live their entire lives in fear. They're going to live their entire lives, what I would just say, like, status quo. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Okay, but I love you. I love you right back. You, my beautiful queen, cannot and should not let that take you off course. And you shouldn't let that affect you to where you are now. You are not fulfilling your purpose. You are not on the path to fulfilling your purpose and doing what you know you should be doing, because you're so concerned about keeping being cool and not hurting their feelings. And I don't want them to think that I've changed. I know where I come from. I don't want people to think that I changed. Like, it's not about that. You should be growing. Like, life is evolution. We're supposed to be growing. We are supposed to be growing, because if we're not growing, we're dying. If we're not growing, we're dying. So there's nothing for you to feel guilty about, queens. I'm telling you. There's nothing for you to feel guilty about. And you should have the right people around you, okay? The Queendom tip that we are talking about is the poem called Friends. The poem called Friends, okay? Again, the book is available, let's see, it's available on Amazon, just like The Kings Don't Settle and No More Broken Records, okay? But no, the poem is about friends. And I mentioned, like I said earlier, in this Facebook Live, that I posted that quote today, that your friends, you should be hanging out with people that fit your future and not your history. So yes, based on the Queendom reflection, you might want to take a look at your circle. You might want to take a look at who you're surrounded by, and really be honest about whether or not, thank you, be honest about whether or not those people fit your future, or if really truthfully, they're just a part of like past. They're a part of your old history. They're a part of like a different version of you that maybe you're transitioning out of, right? They don't fit your future. Oh, hold on 1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Hold on 1 second here. Okay. Okay. Excuse me about that. But yes, you should be around people that fit your future and not your history. The people that are in alignment with who you are and who you are becoming. Okay, who you are and who you are becoming. So yes, your homegirls and your homeboys, because the principles apply to both men and women. You know, this is my Queendom tip. This is for my ladies, but just like when I do the Facebook Live for the men, the principles typically apply to the women, even when I do it to do the Facebook Live for the men on their night. Okay, so the principle is universal. Okay, male or female, really, it's universal. You need to be honest with yourself about whether or not the people you're around are going to help you move forward in your life, or if they're going to cause you to go backwards, or if they're just going to cause you to just stay stagnant, because that's just as bad. I mean, really, that's that's just as bad to just have you stay stagnant. Okay, you're not moving forward, and the point is, you should be progressing. Okay, you guys probably know by now, if you listen to the podcast or if you've seen some of my Facebook Lives, I always say it's never ever about perfection. It's just about progressing, okay? Progressing in your life. So think about the people in your circle, okay? Your friends, the people who you hang around, right? Think about it, okay? Love yourself enough to do the self-reflection, that self-inventory, that self-check, right? Love yourself enough, Queen, to do the self-reflection on whether or not the people you're around and that you spend the most time with fit your future, who you're becoming, that next level of you, the you becoming the highest expression of yourself, you becoming your best self. Do they fit that? Can you see, you guys? Can you see the alignment there, and that you guys are like-minded and on the same mission, essentially? Or unfortunately, maybe they're a part of the past. They're part of a time in the past, and they're just not right for you and for your future. And that's okay. That's okay, Queens. That's okay. Again, do not feel guilty. It's like, as you go to each new level, like you're going to, like, people are just not going to be able to sustain the energy. Like, as you keep going higher and higher and higher to new heights, like, you're always gonna, like, things are going to shift in your life, Queens, period, point blank. As you rise to higher levels, okay, higher heights, higher levels, consciously, higher vibrations, as you rise, the people who aren't in that space, on that level, they're not going to be able to sustain that level where you're at. So in a lot of cases, they're just going to fall off anyway. I'm serious. They're just going to fade to black. It's like, that's what I like to say. Like, God, just let the wrong people fade to black. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not going to be able to sustain where you're at anyway. I mean, when you're operating at a very optimal high level, and these people are, as an example, right? And these people are lazy and procrastinators and living in fear and not willing to make a move, not willing to do anything different. They're not going to be in the same space as you, because you are up here, a higher level. You're likely the action taker. You're getting stuff done. You're like on point. That's not the same frequency. It's not the same vibration. It's not even the same work ethic. So naturally, yeah, you're not in alignment with those people. And I'm not gonna lie, maybe a little lonely sometimes. Some stuff has shifted in my life. I'll be very honest with you guys. Some people who I wouldn't think, I would not have thought. I can't even lie. Like, but that's life. Like, that's life. I mean, very surprised. Like, oh my gosh. But you know what? If they're not, no matter who they are, if they're just not right, they're just not right. And I'm intentional about the people that I want in my life, and that's why I speak to it, and I write it down. I write it down in my own handwriting, in one of my journals. Like, I really do, because I'm very particular. Like, I'm very intentional about that and who I want. And so I know, I mean, it may not happen overnight, but I know that God hears me. I know that has shifted, and things are shifting because I'm speaking that and writing that down, and I'm believing for it, because I know who I have to have around me based on what I'm trying to do. And when I look at my vision board, there's nothing small about it. I know. So I know whew, yeah. Yeah. Successful people hang around other successful people. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. So I'm just saying, Queens, you just should love yourself enough that you should have the right people around you. Reciprocal love, everything. Like, it's just, you deserve that. Like, you deserve that. Like, it shouldn't be one way. Like, it should not be one way. And somebody that only calls you when they need something, like, or when they need money or they need something, you haven't talked to them, and God knows how long, and the first thing they do is ask you for something. Like, come on. No. You deserve people that genuinely care for you, have your best interest at heart, want you to succeed. Yeah, because I posted something not too long ago. I don't know if it was, maybe it was even last week. It probably was last week, I think. And I posted the quote, the inspirational quote, that it was Oprah's quote. And she said, oh my gosh, the quote that says that lots of people want to ride with you in the limousine, but what you want is someone that will ride or take the bus with you when the limousine breaks down. Like, a lot of people want to be at the top. Oh, they want to go hoorah, hoorah, congratulations. Oh, that's my girl. Oh, that's my so-and-so. But they're not here right now. They're not here right now. They're not here at the bottom. They're not here when, you're trying to make things happen before you become a star, before you become successful. They're not there for any of that. But they're the first ones, and so quick to swear on their mother, to swear up and down, oh, I always knew you were going to make it. Oh, I'm so proud, and I'm so happy. Okay, that's great. But where were you when I didn't have any money? Where were you when, I had like $10 in my bank account? Where were you then? Where were you when I was doing a Facebook Live? Where were you then? Where were you when, I've been posting all this stuff on here? I didn't see a like, I didn't see a comment, I didn't see you share, nothing. Sometimes support doesn't have to do with money. You can tell somebody that, as an example, I'm just saying as example, Queens, but you can tell somebody, oh, have you, heard about Queens Don't Settle? Oh, have you heard about Kings Don't Settle? Like, you can share one of my posts, like you could share something like support is not always financial, because that's not what I'm trying to say at all. I hope that's not what you guys got from that. But what I'm saying is, people that have your best interest at heart and want you to succeed and genuinely care about you, right? You're saying they're your friends, like I've seen so many other successful women too. There's one I'm thinking about in particular, but I'm not going to say what her name is, but she has some great posts, and she's like, how are they your friends and they don't even support your business? Like, how are they your friends? So, as an example, again, I'm just using me as an example. I've published 3 books, and you haven't bought any of them, or like you haven't bought any of them. You haven't come to any of my events. Nothing, nothing. Like, say for example, you're not even following me. Like we're supposed to be friends, and you're not even following me. Like, yeah, sometimes you just got to be real with yourself, ladies, and for the men listening and watching, like you just got to be real about what is like reality, not fantasy, but what is in reality, real time, what's going on based on people's actions. And like, nah, I'm all for authenticity. For authenticity, and that's why I'm very intentional and clear about the people that I'm calling into my life, the people that I'm speaking with my words into my life, that I'm writing down in my journal into my life, out with the old and in with the new. And I'm so serious, and that should be for you guys too. Like, you've got to love yourself. It's about self-love and self-respect and knowing your worth, and you're a queen and you deserve good people. Like, you deserve good people in your life, right? So there's nothing to feel guilty about. If you are moving forward in your life, you should also be around people who are moving forward in your life. If you have an intention to move forward in your life, yes, you should be around people like that. Just like the example I said with something as simple as losing weight. Well, connect with people at the gym, for example, like, but put yourself in an environment at the gym, so you stay motivated, right? But you want to be around people that are eating the celery and the carrot, okay, not the pies and the candy bars, right? If you're talking about you're trying to lose weight, then yes, you should not be out with the people that are eating out every night and consuming all those calories. Like, that's not in alignment with what you're trying to do. Okay, yes, you should be with the fitness buffs that are drinking the green drinks and eating the celery and the carrots, right? I mean, it's just real. Like, it's just honest and it's real. Okay, and a lot of stuff really is, people just don't want to really acknowledge the truth, unfortunately, and that's why a lot of people stay stuck. They just don't want to acknowledge the truth. Okay, but love is truth, and the reality is, you are who you hang around, and you should definitely hang with, uh, your women friends or your men friends, but you should, male or female, you should be around people that fit your future and who you're becoming, that are like-minded and on the same wavelength as you, that have a desire and intention, to make a difference in the world and to do great things, if that's what, your goal and intention is, like-minded, on the same mission, you should be around people like that, because you have to be queens. You have to be, like, this is not something that's for the guys. Like, it's women and men. Again, the principles apply to both women and men. Okay, they apply to both women and men. You've got to be around the right people. Like, you have to. And because we were creatures of habit, and you think, if we have been around the wrong people for so long, because maybe we weren't aware of it, okay, once you do become aware of it and you recognize, you know what, this is what I want out of life, this is what I'm trying to do, so okay, I'm going to have these types of people in my life now. Stuff is going to shift once you become intentional about it, and you start to speak it and you write it out and you start to really believe that, right? Stuff is going to shift in your life. And I don't want you to be surprised, because transformation is not easy. Like, this path is not easy. The path of enlightenment, the path of becoming the highest expression of yourself, becoming the best you, like, it's not easy. It's not some walk in the park. No, it's not. It's ongoing and it's every day. And sometimes it's hard. It's rough. It's hard, because people sometimes are going to be not nice or not good. We'll just say that. And you'll learn stuff about people, and like I said, sometimes it'll be people who so totally shock you, like, huh? But if you're asking God, your divine, your creator, whatever it is that you call that, if you're asking God to remove certain people from your life, and you're asking God to bring you, more right people, or more good people and stuff like that, that's shift is happening. And with that, yeah, you may be surprised who kind of drops off, because it's part of that process. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, like, it's comfortable and like it's just all rainbows, because it's not, but it's necessary. I will say that it's necessary. But you've got to love yourself enough to know that you are worthy and deserving of it, Queens. Like the right people, people that want you to succeed, people that have your best interest at heart, people that will support you and be there for you just like you would be for them, because it's got to be reciprocal. It's got to be reciprocal. Like, no more of that. Like, Queens, we are better than that. Like, no more of those half-ass, excuse my language, but dead relationships, dead weight, like, yuck. Toni Morrison, a lot of people have been posting her quote, um, that says, for you to fly higher, and I'm paraphrasing, but the quote that says, like, to give up whatever weighs you down, so, like, you can fly higher or go higher. That's the same thing. You've got to give up what's weighing you down. And sometimes what's weighing you down is the wrong people. It's the wrong circle. It's the wrong people, And like I said, it sucks. It sucks, but you have to be aware of it and conscious of it. And, you've got to then do whatever it is that you have to do. And you may not have to do anything. You simply speaking and writing who you want in your life will automatically shift the energy and shift those people out of your life, but it could be where you have to make a phone call. I mean, I don't know for you what you need to do, but you will know. You need to talk to your higher power, the divinity within you, God, whatever it is that you call that. You need to figure out what you need to do to do that. But friends, I think about that song by TLC, What About Your Friends? What about your friends? Are they standing around? Will they let you down? Hey, hey. Something like that, right? Something like that. But that old song by TLC, What About Your Friends? I think about that. But it's true. Like, it's so true. Yeah, it is true. But anyhow, see, I've said 30 minutes to look at it. We have 52. Oh my gosh, my bad. Okay, I have to go, Queens. Yes, I'm gonna go. But I love you, Queens. I absolutely love you. Please share this. You don't know what other woman or young girl needs to hear this. I post these videos on my YouTube. The YouTube is under Desh, DESHDIXON. I do post them on there. You don't know who needs this, and the videos are there. The YouTube channel is there. The videos are there. I have the podcast. My podcast is called Queens Don't Settle. It's just like the name of the book, Queens Don't Settle. The Queens Don't Settle. Let me make sure I get this right here. Queens Don't Settle. There it is. Yes. If you just go to queensdon'tsettle.com and scroll down, you'll see all of the links to my YouTube channel, to the books, and to my podcast. But the podcast is available on, hold on, Anchor, Google Podcasts. I want to feel like it's wait, is it Breaker or iBreaker or iBean? Oh my gosh. It's Anchor, iTunes, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Anchor, and I think it's called Podbean. Yeah, it's like on 10 platforms altogether, but the main ones that I know, that I remember: Anchor, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Podbean, and I think just Spotify. Oh my goodness, Spotify, and I think there's one called Breaker. Yeah, Breaker. Yeah, so definitely share the podcast. The podcast is on there. I'm over 35,000 now. I'm elated. Like, I'm surprised that it even got to that, but I'm so grateful and thankful. So women are listening, and I know there are probably some men listening too, because like I said, it's for both men and women. The principles pretty much usually apply across the board, but I love you guys, so you guys get your own segment. The women get their own segment and the men get their own segment. So but I love you, my beautiful queens. I absolutely love you, love you, love you. You women, we women are just, we run the world. We really do. We run the world. I mean, we're just the bomb. I mean, we're just the bomb.com. The greatest things. It's like sliced bread, right? You know, we just are. We were created, right? The help meet for them. I mean, hello. We're a gift. We are. We're just a gift. We are. Men are gifts too. Hello. They are. You know, but ladies, you know good and well. Oh, I'm telling you, in case you don't know, no, we run this. We run this joint. Trust me, we do. Okay. If the queen is not happy, and nobody's happy. Okay. Even E.T., the hip hop preacher Eric Thomas, even he mentioned that. He was like, you know, if like mom was not happy, or like, you know, the woman of the house isn't happy, like the dog, what he said, he's like, the dog stopped barking, like stuff stops working. Now this is ET. I can't, gosh, I saw that like a couple of years ago when he did that, but it's true. He was like, see, look, dog, gosh, if you know, mom isn't good, damn, the dogs stop barking, like stuff stops working. So hello, you've got to take care of the queen. You've got to take care of the queen. The queen runs the show, boo. Trust me. Queens, we run the show. Okay. Some of you just need to queen up. You need to own your queenness. You need to rise and ascend into your queendomness, honey. You do, because you're queens. You may not have been told that. You have conditioning that goes against that. But you know what? If you put in the work, if you do the inner work, okay, heart space, if you do the work, okay, you will break the cycles. You will break all of those limiting beliefs, all of those barriers that make you feel like you're not good enough, and you'll feel good about yourself, and you'll increase your confidence, all of that stuff. But you've got to do the work, queens. So if no one's told you, if no one has told you that you are, I, Queen Dish, am letting you know that you are a queen, honey, that you are royalty, you are divine royalty, and you are fabulous, and you are wonderful, and you are phenomenal, and you are beautiful, and you are all that in a bag of chips. Okay? Yes, you are. And do you run this world? Yes, you do. Okay? The queens run the show, honey. Okay? Don't think otherwise. Men are not the superior sex. Women are. Okay? Women are. Let me make that clear. Women are. Okay? We've been conditioned to think that men are, but they are not. Women run the world. Trust me. Okay. Pharrell, years ago when he did a interview with Oprah, and he said something like, if you if you want to like if you want the world to stop, or you want the world to end, all a woman has to do is stop going to work and stop coming home. I kid you not. If anybody likes Oprah and used to watch her show, she interviewed Pharrell on there. And I kid you not, he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said something basically to the effect of, because I never forget it, he said, you want to like stop the world, all a woman has to do is stop going to work and stop coming home. I'm just saying. Who runs this world? Girls. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, I love you, my beautiful queens. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love y'all. Don't be looking at my hair. I'm trying to get it right. But yes, oof, God, whatever. Yes, I love you. I love you. Queens Don't Settle is available on Amazon. Yes. Queens Don't Settle, the podcast. The podcast is called Queens Don't Settle. Make sure you listen to that. It is on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. My YouTube channel is there. It has all the videos as well. I post these Facebook Lives on there as well, so anybody can go back and refer to them. Okay, but please share. There are so many women out here hurting and that need positivity and encouragement. Young girls especially, like, you never know. Okay, so I love you. I absolutely love you. Have a happy, it's the rest of your Tuesday, but happy Tuesday. Remember, I do it every not every other week, but I switch it. So since this was the night for the women, next week we go back to the men to do the men's tip. So I will see you, queens, I guess in 2 weeks. But I love you, my heart space. I love you. I love you. I love you guys so much. Love yourselves. Okay. Love yourselves. Know that you are worthy and deserving of all of your heart's desires, queens. Know that you are queens, you are royalty, and you should look at yourself in the mirror and consider yourself royalty, because you are. you are. No matter what you've been through, nothing. You're still perfectly imperfect, still a beautiful creation of God. Okay, all that in a bag of chips still. You are right here. So anyway, I love you, my queens. I love you. I love you. I love you. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you guys in a couple weeks. Okay. Love. I love y'all. All right. The queen is gone. Bye. Have a good night. Bye bye.